everyone! Today I'm here to react to the final episode of Queen Charlotte. I didn't realize that this was a limited series going into it, so I feel like there's a lot of questions I have that need to be answered. It's definitely gone so differently than I expected, and I mean that in the best possible way. Like, I thought it was gonna be a good show, and it's a great show, but I thought it was gonna be one thing that was gonna be good, and it turned out to be this other thing that's even more amazing, and I'm just so excited to see how it's gonna wrap up and come together. Someone reminded me to have tissue, so I definitely have those on hand because it has been an emotional journey for sure, and I'm sure it's just gonna get even more from here. So yeah, let's check it out. George, come on. I know he doesn't mean it, but it's breaking my heart. It's so different from like when the beginning, like I feel like her journey is different of like from the first episode when he was like, you stay here, I go there. And she was like, what? And like he was just like, you stay here. And she was like, oh, right. That's right, Your Majesty, and did that. And now she's like, no, I'm not going away. I know you're just trying to push me away. Yes, girl. She knows he's just doing it to protect her and push her away and stuff. The character arcs are just so beautiful. Like, I can't get over it. Love her. Yeah. Didn't he say that in like the fourth episode? He was like, if she was like dumber or like vapid, it would be fine to stay away from her. But like, he's like, I want to be with her. She's just so amazing. I love her. Oh gosh. I mean, how could you? Oh my gosh. It's just so beautiful because it's like, I know there are people who care for him, but there's way more people probably who tell him he's a danger. I mean, yeah, that kind of solidified it for everyone. I'm just so happy because I honestly thought, like, going into this, I thought they were gonna, like, be separated. And I think that's kind of what happens. It seems like his mental illness just gets worse as he gets older. Understandably so because of all the stuff they did to him. I'm sure that doesn't really set you up to be in the best place. But I'm glad that, like, they get more time together than I thought. It's really sweet. That's the cutest thing ever. Stop it. In a way, she's like practicing mindfulness back in like whatever century this is. She was on the forefront of it. Okay, I don't love her as a character, but some of her lines really crack me up. Like, I feel like she plays the game of people thinking women are just like so fragile, like to her advantage. Like, she's like, oh, I don't, you expect me to remember? I'm a girl, remember? We don't remember those things. I mean, that's what I was kind of saying from the get-go when I saw her with her children. Like, they just didn't seem close. And it's especially sad, like, even, like, coming back to, like, her now being pregnant and expecting this first kid, and she's so excited. And then to know that, like, again, unfortunately, it's kind of the way of the monarchy, right? Especially back then, is, like, you have so many stuff that, like, you can't be close with your children, but it's just sad that she couldn't have that, you know? And it's kind of also sad. I don't know how much of it is denial, but the fact that she didn't really seem to see it. That she was just like, I've been an excellent mother. And they're like, no, you haven't. You don't know anything about us. And it's like, that's got to be hard to hear as a mother. He's like, yeah, I heard you. It's like, not saying anything. It's definitely weighing on her, but I feel like that's like right the past. She can't change it, but it's hard one thing if you've been thinking it's one thing the whole time and then realizing, oh, someone else has a different perspective of it. Yeah, that's true. Dang, Brimsley like really is such an intelligent and astute man. Like, I love him, and this is not like surprising in any way, but like it's just amazing that like he had this, and then he also had the thing with the daughters about like they like did care for her and didn't want to leave her like alone in a palace. He always says it too in such a nice way, right? Of like he's not trying to make you feel bad, but it's just like it's the facts of what it is. Like, she's the king's wife as much as she's the queen, and that comes before being a mother. This Poor girl, she's still only, what, like 17, 18? She's like, what, really? And Agatha's like, no, no. That's so funny. You'll find out soon enough when you have, how many did they say they have? 15 and 13 live? Like, woo! Oh no, no, not right now. I don't know if this is like the style. I assume it is accurate to what it was, but she has rarely looked pregnant to me, and especially like 9 months about to have a baby pregnant. Like, I cannot believe that. Oh my gosh, I gotta get my act together. It's like when Joel in Last of Us was like, tell me where she is, and you're like, I gotta do my homework that I've never done in 10 years. Like, it's gotta all come together. I love him. I love when he speaks up because he's always just like not facing it, but like he's just turns around and is like, he just cares so much for her. It's beautiful. She definitely is losing way too much blood too. Oh my gosh, Farmer George saves the day. He might not have known that if he wasn't so into farming and stuff. That's really cool that it's like, it's not the King George right now, it's Farmer George that's helping there for her. That's really sweet. That's a big no-no, especially back then. I mean, Reynolds has seen this the most, and I feel like Reynolds was the only one. Even though Brimsley, I feel like, was kind of getting it, but like Reynolds wouldn't outright say it to like burst everyone's bubble. But Reynolds knows this is the way it is. Like, it's not going to be ever fully cured. It's going to be like good days and bad days. And I feel like Charlotte has to realize that and come to understand that it's not just like an easy fix. And I don't think she's going to judge him for that. I just think it's something that she has to understand. Where the frick is he? Like, I thought he was maybe by the chair that was facing like the back, but where is he? Oh, the way he's, I'm sorry. Like, it just breaks my heart because I feel like he reverts back to like probably that little boy when like this first started happening, and everyone was like, "What's wrong with you? Why can't you just act like you tell us to?" And he's like, "I'm sorry." Oh, he's under the bed, George. I love that she gets down there too. Because you know it's probably not comfortable with all her corsets and petticoats, but she's like, I'll meet you on your level. That's what she's always said, right? She's not trying to like fix him or change him. She'll just bring him back when he needs that reminder of who he is. Yeah. Oh my god, stop. She just knows every right thing to say. It's crazy. Like, it's just so comforting. Yeah, you might want to leave. But also, I fully get hiding. I just can't. It's so beautiful, the callbacks to their first meeting too on both their sides, because it was so monumental for both of them, you can tell. And it's just, it's so beautiful, you know? The pettiness, I love it. I just like I want to read like modern AUs of them on fanfic of them just like planning parties and Reynolds going like micromanaging it and Brimsley being like, I gotta walk away before I say something I'll regret. It's so cute. I really love like when they get to be happy too. It's interesting too how it's kind of tied to George and Charlotte in a way too, because they obviously, when they're separate, and when they're together, they're together. So we haven't also seen Reynolds in the future, which kind of does worry me. I know we haven't seen the King, so it makes sense, but it seems like they probably were separated, or maybe Reynolds isn't even alive anymore based on the way Brimsley was like so upset when she was asking him like, oh, you never had a family or anything. Brimsley, he's like, they got this, give her a moment, he knows his queen. I feel like Reynolds is just so used to kind of being the only one that really cares and steps in and protects him, and now there's someone else to do that. I love when the like couples have like, is it weird to say like a catchphrase, but just like a mantra that is like them, and I love that they get that. Like, it's you and me, no one else, you know? You and me. I just love that. And it's not like it's like king and queen, like it's just you and me. And I think that's really sweet. Mm. She's like shocked. She's like, a compliment? I mean, yeah, we did know that. For all her faults and for all the reasons I don't like her, she does want her son to be happy. She said that before when they were at Lady Danbury's ball. She was like, I've never seen him this happy. And it's like, that's all anyone wants for their kid, right? Is just to be happy. I love that their PDA too is so, I feel like it would not be like this back then. Like people would be scandalized by it, but he's just like coming up. They're full on macking out. I love it. Oh, shut the F up. This is the cutest thing ever. I love their height difference too when they're dancing. Oh, stop it. And the I Will Always Love You, the classical rendition of it. Oh my god. He's like, oh, you almost fell. They're just so happy together. Always dancing by himself. I wonder what happened to Reynolds. Like, is he with the king and they just can't be together, or is he gone? I feel like he's gone because they still had meetups like when they were separate, and he's just, that's like so bittersweet, you know? Well, I'm crying. There we go. That's why we had the tissues. I can't even like see the screen. I'm like, what's going on? Thank you. We know they're still friends in the future, or else I would be like, uh-oh. Oh my gosh. I feel like she is the queen. Like, she has come into it. This is like I feel like I'm watching the older actress who plays her. Like, this is amazing. Like, she is full on just, that's the queen. That's the queen. Being like, she gets it. And from how far she had to come to not understanding anything about this world to now knowing exactly how to talk and how to like say the stuff without really saying the stuff. Like, I can't. I love her so much. And this journey for her has been amazing. She's pregnant again? How old is the baby? I'm concerned for her. I mean, again, I know they have 13 kids, but oh my gosh. She could be 8 months pregnant again for all I know. I can never tell how pregnant she is in those gowns. Oh, he's so happy. Remember how worried he was last time when that doctor set him off? And them, that's the face of a man who has no idea all the children that are in store for him. He's like, and them too, it's gonna be a lot. Honey, you got a surprise coming. Oh, they're just so wonderful. They're so wonderful. I wonder how many years they got together before like he had to be like fully moved, you know? I know they kind of hang out because I think we did see him in Bridgerton, so they kind of hang out sometimes. See, Reynolds would be here right now, I feel like. So that's why I feel like he's not in the picture, maybe not alive. Must be really hard for him showing up places and like expecting him to always be there and he's not. Oh, that's so cute. I wonder how many times they've done that throughout their relationship. Farmer George, come down here, please. I'm like ready to start sobbing. Like one sentence is gonna send me over the edge. Aww. Stop. She didn't. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. I loved this show. Like, I cannot sing its praises enough. Just like the whole relationship between George and Charlotte, the characters individually, how all of it was handled with such finesse and such grace. And like I said, people have been talking about how like you don't often get to see a character with mental illness that's like so three-dimensionally developed, and like the mental illness is just one part of who they are, and it's like all this other stuff. And like I said, I really expected it to be like he couldn't see her at all by the end of this or something. So I mean, even for her, you can see how special it is just when he does come back and like remembers things, remember her not going over the wall and stuff like that. Like, it's just so sweet to see. And like you could see that like she was pushing so much for this line, not just because of like an England thing, but because it's like that's literally how the man she loves, how like he is gonna continue to be out in the world and be like amazing, you know? Like, it's her way of being like, I want his legacy and who he is to continue on. So like I need an heir. Like it totally changed my mind about that, because at first I thought she was just like, we need an heir, we need an heir, and now I see it's like she was doing it for them, for him, for being like, I love you so much that like this is the only thing I can do to help you, is to make sure that like your line goes on, our line goes on, and like your legacy is preserved and you continue on and like get to thrive through the next generation. And like it's just it's totally beautiful. I feel like this was such an amazing show. I love it more than Bridgerton. Sorry, not sorry. I think it's so good, and the cast is so well written, well acted. They have such good chemistry together, all of them, and they understand the characters so well that it's an absolute joy to watch. So yeah, I completely loved it. It completely blew away any and all expectations I have for it, and I think it is the best thing to come out of Bridgerton. Like literally, I would watch it 5 more times. It's so good, and just, yeah, now I gotta just get rid of all my pile of tissue, so we'll deal with that. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to let me know what you thought of the finale down below in the comments, and what you thought of the show in general, you know. Thank you guys all so much for watching not only this, but all my reactions and commenting along, and it's been such a joy getting so surprised by how amazing this show was. So I am so excited to see what else is in store in this world they've created, if there's other stories they're gonna make for characters that are developed and that we know. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what the future holds. So yeah, if you've seen it, leave your thoughts below in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!